Now let's talk about confidentiality.
So the number one thing I preach in business brokering is confidentiality. You're dealing with people's livelihoods. To everyone in the mentorship program, everyone at Headstone, I'm going to say it again. You're dealing with people's livelihoods. Everybody has to sign an NDA to know where the business is. You cannot send business addresses to anyone without them signing the NDA. You should also make sure that if they have partners, they sign the NDA too. People will go behind your back. It's a numbers game. I would say 10% of people will go, maybe even more, will go right behind your back. They don't give a shit about that piece of paper called an NDA, but you gotta get it anyway because we will fight. We will fight people. If someone goes behind our back, I am not letting that go, okay? So that's why I have NDAs, that's why I have exclusive listing agreements, and everything is confidential. So going back to confidentiality, buyer needs to sign an NDA, seller needs to sign a mutual NDA. In the listing agreement, there's confidentiality clauses as well, and everything is done through NDAs. When you get an NDA signed, then you can send them the address, and then you should set up a meeting.
Let's go a little bit, talk about a couple of scenarios with confidentiality where a deal blew up, and talk about like another scenario where it really helped you because you held to it. You know, like it was like there were people that were trying to come to get this deal or whatever, but because you had the proper safeguards and railguards in place, it helped.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. When I started in this business, I thought everything was like myself as a handshake deal. Never again. You can never rely on a handshake, no matter who you're dealing with. Family, friends, everything has to be on paper. I'll tell you a story. I was selling a pizzeria. The guy literally signed my NDA. It wasn't him, it was his partner. The guy signed my NDA. He told his partner, listen, go directly to the owner. The owner has a listing agreement with me. Still, the owner went directly to the buyer. They did a deal, and they said, you know what, Mike? We're not giving you a $40,000 commission. We're gonna give you $5,000. And I was very young at the time. And I was like a macho man. I was, I was in the gym every day. I was like I was ready to go over there. I actually went over there and I made a scene a little bit, which I shouldn't have done. But what happened is I was smart. I brought in a mentor, and we were at the closing, and they couldn't close because all the funds had to be held in escrow. But I did give in big time, and I said instead of $40,000, give me 20. And they said I'll give you 15, and they screwed me over. So now, if that happens, like a quick story, this guy tried to screw me over in a car wash, went behind me. I literally said, nope. If you want to try and screw me over, I'm setting a TRO, a temporary restraining order. Put the funds in escrow, and then the seller had to sell. So he was like, Mike, can you do any better? I'm sorry about what I did. I'm like, nope, Mike, I know you're getting the deal $6 million. I'm only getting $2 million up front. I had to give you $600,000. Can I give you $200,000 and give you the $400 over time? Nope, I want my $600,000 right now. I can't do it. Okay, I can't do it either. Deal's not closing then. All right, I'll do it. That's how it works. You gotta hold, it's tough because if you don't have money, you're new in the game, you don't really have the confidence to do that. But, everyone caves if they try to screw me over because I don't go for that. So you gotta have everyone sign everything. That's the only way people will cave. If they don't sign, then they can easily go right behind your back.